Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. Let's get up and let's grab life by the and get what we deserve because nobody is gonna give you anything in this world. Today's video is for both of my channels, The Adam Bergman Show, which focuses on cryptocurrency, as well as Adam Bergman's Money Makers, which focuses more on traditional finance, more specifically stocks. But sometimes I make videos that pertain to both channels and can correlate to both of my audience members. And this is gonna be that type of video. I read an article on Wall Street Journal. I pay a lot of money for Wall Street Journal, Barron's, and Bloomberg so that my subscribers don't have to because it gives me some of the best type of data I can possibly get in order for me to regurgitate it and make it into easy digestible information for you lovely people watching me on the other side of this screen. I read an article today that a lot of people retired early during the start of the pandemic or the start of the recession, and a lot of them left the workplace. However, due to increasing inflation, due to increasing rising prices of everything, a lot of people are now going back to the workforce. Now, this pertains to a lot of people, not just older people, but specifically the article I'm gonna read you and go about is for people over 55 years old. Now, if you're in the crypto or if you're in traditional finance, stick with me and I'm gonna explain how this pertains to both of the groups watching this video. The article reads, "Everything costs more and that's disturbing retirement for many. Rising inflation and wages prompt older workers to put off exit retirement." This is a quote by Joseph Brussels. He's the chief economist at RSM US LLP. "We're beginning to see the migration of older cohorts." A cohort is a group who expect to live on fixed income in low interest rates and low inflation environment. And I quote, "That's not materialized, therefore they have to come back to the labor force and create the conditions so they can retire." Really what they are dealing with is an inflationary shock that has elicited a change in behavior. Problem is a lot of people that retired, and where this is like pertaining to finances, they don't plan for retirement. And it's no disrespect to anybody, but most people do not have a financial education. Most people have the opportunity to max out their 401ks with a match from their employers. Most people do not do that. If you don't believe me, ask yourself, the person that's watching this video, do you maximize your 401 or pension K investment so that your employer can give you a 100% max? A lot of people do not take advantage if they have their own business doing something called a SEP IRA, which means that you can contribute to your retirement account and take a tax write-off up to 25% of the salary that you pay yourself. And even more so, people don't take advantage of regular IRAs. And an IRA, all that stands for is individual retirement account. While I'm making this video, actually, I am working with a partner. The partner is 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. A lot of my subscribers are, in fact, using 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. And 1-800-ACCOUNTANT is not just for the tax season. 1-800-ACCOUNTANT is a year-long accounting service. What they do is bookkeeping, opening up a business, coordinating a business, keeping track of expenses and liabilities, real estate. They specialize in cryptocurrency and finance investments. For example, you need to be able to keep track of your profit and losses. You need to keep track of your short-term and long-term capital gains. And you need to know how to play the game between unrealized gains or paper gains and realized gains, which is actual money that you make, and how to fend off unrealized and realized losses. At the end of the game, you want to make more money than you lose. And a strong accounting team will definitely help you. That's not said as a promotion for 1-800-ACCOUNTANT, although I am 100% promoting 1-800-ACCOUNTANT, but I am telling you as my subscribers that having a strong financial team and an accounting team is probably a good 33% of that financial team can help you by leaps and bounds to set yourself up. A lot of you guys listen to my videos, but you don't take the time to actually listen. You watch my videos, but you don't take the actual time to watch and see what I'm talking about and what I'm trying to illustrate to you. So sometimes you need that push. And might I say, instead of sometimes, you always need a good accountant because they can actually give you financial advice. I'm just an entertainer and educator at best, and none of what I say is financial advice. But seriously, if you want some help, definitely click the link down below, 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. They got your back. A lot of my subscribers, over a dozen now, have signed up with them, and I'm hearing extremely good reviews. The reason why people are not planning for their financial future is exactly the reason they don't have accountants, they don't have good attorneys, they don't have good financial planners, and they just don't do research. People retire and think, oh, I have X amount of money, like let's say I make $1,000 a month, and that $1,000 a month is enough to cover my expenses. However, they don't realize that expenses do go up. And most people are living week to week. In a 2020 study, it shows that listen to what I just said, 63% of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and nobody is saving up for a rainy day. And for damn sure, if you're not saving up for a rainy day, you are not saving up for your retirement. People do not know how to plan in advance. Now, for all my crypto heads that are going to say, well, Adam, I do crypto, blah, 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 blah. Why is this pertaining to me? There was a study done that shows that 28% of millennials believe that they will be able to retire due to their crypto investments. This was an article. I made a video about it about a week or two ago. 28% of millennials. So what is a millennial? Early 20s up to 39 years old, which is my age. I am just barely a millennial, but I don't think like a millennial. The reason why people think that they're going to be retired on cryptocurrencies is because they see these massive bull runs and moons, and they're like, oh, to the moon, rah, rah, sis, boom, bah. Everything is great as things go up, but when things go down, people are lost. And what's right now? A bear market, right? Everything's going down. All the crypto's going down, all the stocks is going down, and every single time we have a little bit of momentum, a little bit of an uphill travel, we retreat. Like this week, everything is red pre-market. Bitcoin conference did literally freaking squat for cryptocurrency, and people don't know how to react. Why? People don't know how to plan. Why? Everybody thinks they're a freaking genius when they're making money, but it's very easy to make money in a bull cycle. The true geniuses are the people that can make money in a bull cycle and a bear cycle, and the people that are even smarter are not the ones that can make money during a bear market, but the ones that could lose the least during a bear market. Did you understand what I just said? This pertains to finance, traditional. This pertains to stocks, real estate, precious metals, and of course, cryptocurrency. The ones that can lose the least. And how do you do that? You shore up your defensive. You go into a defensive mode as opposed to an offensive mode. You must shift and pivot. I'm guilty of this as well. I must shift and pivot, which I did shift and pivot, except you got to do it at the right times. The people that I'm going to be reading about in this article right now did not shift and pivot. Their whole life they were working, now they're retiring, they think there's going to be a certain amount of money coming in, but nobody prepares for the geopolitical tensions that's happening right now, and nobody prepares for this crazy inflation that we currently have and the possible recession that we are about to have. Why? During this whole COVID crisis, people were not saving up money. People were getting their $1,400 checks. People were going on their unemployment, and they're like, this is going to happen forever. The prices are going to stay the same forever. And now people are paying the price going back to the workforce. So the education of this video, what I'm trying to explain to you is, please prepare properly for your early retirement. Early retirement is dope. I hope to be retired in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't want to be working by 50 years old, hopefully by 45, and only doing these YouTube videos, which I love and I don't consider work. But you must prepare properly. The share of people age 55 or over working or looking for a job, their labor force participants rate rose to 38.9% in March from 38.4% in October, according to the Labor Department. More than 480,000 people in that age group entered the labor force during the past 6 months. Okay, so in the past 6 months, almost 500,000 people in 55 age group or over have rejoined the workforce. Now think about it, 55 or over. That means these people really did think that they were about to retire because they thought everything was sweet in life and I'm going to prepare for retirement. Look at this. So civilian labor force level 55 years and over. And as you can see in 2021, you have that sharp increase. But during the recession, you had that sharp decrease. Roughly 2.6 million Americans retired earlier than expected between February 2020 and October 2021. according to the estimates from the Federal Reserve of St. Louis. Now, many are returning to the work at rates not seen since March 2020. The rise in prices is a strong motivator for older people to either postpone retirement or reverse it. And this is just one of the retirees who's going back to work. She says, and I quote, "With everything going up, prices and stuff, we did our finances. We're like a year and a half short now on money to cover living expenses until she starts receiving Social Security checks," says Ms. Purcell, who lives in Golden Valley, Aries. "We already cut back on everything we can cut back on. I do my own hair, I cut his own hair, and it's becoming obvious one of us has to go back to work." Guys, it's very sad. I'm not making this video to make fun of anybody. I'm making this video to educate people, and I want you guys to shore up your life and take your retirement very seriously. In the crypto market, those people that think that they're going to retire, that 28 people, in the same article, people were asked, hey, do you know what crypto is? And most people cannot even explain what crypto was. Honestly, most of them had no idea. And that's the problem in cryptocurrency. That's also, to a lesser extent, the problem in stocks, but everybody wants to get rich. And this is what I hear all the time. Adam, we don't care how a blockchain works. We don't care what a layer is. We don't even care that you explain to us what a smart contract is. Nobody cares. All they care about is, Adam, where can I put in $100 to make $1 million? Well, I'm gonna break it to you. That's not gonna happen. It is so rare, it's like getting hit by lightning. However, if it does happen, I can promise you another thing. You will be broke in 6 months because you don't have financial footing and foundations to build a sound financial home. It's not gonna happen. You cannot build it overnight. So the point of this video is that a lot of people that are retiring early or tried to retire early or didn't plan for retirement properly are now going back to the workforce. What does that mean? That doesn't just mean they're going back to the workforce. That means that they postpone their retirement that much more. Because if you retired 1 year earlier, now you have to go back to work. It's not like you lose that 1 year. No, you lose that year, and then you got to add like a year and a half to make up for that year that you already had expenses to use. Now, inflation probably isn't going away anytime soon. We possibly will have a strong recession, and things are not looking good for America. I'm not going to lie. I think the last poll by JP Morgan Chase was that we have a 28 or 32, I forgot the number off the top of my head, % chance for a recession. Now, that number does fluctuate all the time, and definitely a lot of things have to do with supply chains and the geopolitical turmoil over in Ukraine. However, as you can see, things are not going to get better overnight. They just might not get worse. So please prepare for your financial future. A lot of people that I speak to, they don't plan for their kids' future. They don't put away for their retirement. They don't put away for their kids' retirement. They don't put away for a rainy day. How are you living paycheck to paycheck? So I wanted to ask you guys something on the other side of this screen. Now, I'm guilty of it too, except I had some reserves and I had some shoring up to do. That's what I meant by shifting and pivoting. How many of you guys are investing your last dollar into stocks, your last dollar into crypto, saying, oh, wow, I'm going to hit, and when I hit, that's going to make up for this. But you don't have money saved up for anything. That's bad, and that's a very wrong way to invest. Plus, a lot of people are borrowing money to invest. If you've been following my videos, yes, I did have margin. I messed up at the end of last year. However, I also took out heavy lines in order for me to shore up my living conditions in case inflation does happen, in case the market does drop, that I do have funds and reserves to pay for my lifestyle so that I don't have to sell my stocks and I don't have to sell my crypto. And literally that's what's happening right now. You have to prepare for your financial future. Guys, thank you so much. Please give me the likes. Please give me the shares. Please give me the subscribe. And above all else, I wanted to say I truly, truly appreciate you. And thank you so much for making these channels what they are. Crypto channel, The Adam Bergman Show, nearly 11,000 subscribers. Adam Bergman's Moneymakers now has over 230 subscribers in under 3 weeks. It's doing fantastic. Thank you very much. Don't forget to plan for your financial future and have a great day.